Hi, my name is Mark Rankin, and I'm very, very excited to be here. In fact, I'm very happy to be back because it's going to be a fun 10 days. You didn't give me my money back.
Oh.
Oh. You're a fucking scam artist, Stef. Oh. You're a fucking scam artist. I'm just going to put it as that.
I'm a scammer. Okay.
Yes, you are, actually. Let's just fucking call a spade a spade.
When have I ever not given you money back?
Right now?
Oh my god. How long have you been working with it? I will send it to you. Or I'll just fucking use it for the U-Haul.
Didn't we already pay? Or you just made the reservation?
Alright. And we're back.
Hi.
In the studio.
You did such a great job, Steph. Putting away all this stuff. We definitely need a vacuum for this place.
Yeah.
It's getting a little crazy.
Yeah. What, 5 months in to being here? 4 months in to being
Without and never vacuuming this
Never
floor.
vacuuming this floor.
That's not
Just
good.
collecting shit off of it.
Oh my god. Steph, what is going on with that piece right there? Why does it look like that? And I feel like it's rubbing up against that one.
What do you mean?
Do you not see it? It's like lopsided. It's like sinking
Yeah,
into
I
that
didn't
piece.
touch anything.
You didn't touch it? I think maybe when you were... So are you gonna fucking fix it? Unbelievable, this guy. Steph, Jesus fucking Christ.
Is that alright?
No, it's not.
What's wrong with it?
It's fine.
See? Nothing happened here. I don't know what to tell you, man.
You can't have this. Because this frame is so heavy.
This frame is so heavy.
Okay. So, we're back. That was a long vacation. I feel like it was the right
An
size.
accidentally long vacation.
Well, we spent one extra day.
No,
but
it wasn't a problem. I actually liked that day. I thought it was a fun day. Not the morning part. Not the fact that we woke up at 4 in the morning. But
yeah.
I do like Mexico City.
You do?
I like the vibe. No? Not for you?
I don't like cities.
Weird.
I hate walking around and looking at buildings and shit. I like where we were in Puerto Escondido. I think it was better. Like it was the beach and the sunshine and warm people and that different culture.
You know what I think I'd like a lot? What town I'd like a lot?
What?
South Africa. Cape Town.
Everyone who goes to Cape Town loves it.
I'm sure I would love it because it's like kind of city-esque and also super beachy.
I don't want to see...
And you can have both. I love that kind of vibe.
I hate big buildings. I hate traffic. The people are so aggressive, the way they drove, and like I hate big cities.
What's that other town that what's her name booked all those places? Bart's, St. Bart's.
St. Bart's? Yeah.
St. Bart's is like kind of city-esque-ish.
I don't know.
A little bit. Anyways,
so
we're back.
This is what is gonna happen. We have $0 and we're now in debt because we had to, pull some strings for a little vacay because we needed a break and
we needed to get $1,200 extra because Mark forgot his green card was expired. I mean, let's call a spade, as you were saying just now.
That doesn't factor into anything what I'm saying, Steph. I'm talking about for the end of the month.
Yeah, it does factor into it.
No, it doesn't. That's all the way next month. This one's an idiot. All right, well, if you want to call a spade, we wouldn't have to do a vacation at all and we would have our rent money because all that money would still be in the bank. I didn't need a vacation.
That's good for you.
I think it's wonderful for me.
Right.
Anyway.
Maybe you should stay back next time.
I will.
Okay.
So
the aggression of it all.
It was so for the remainder of the month it's gonna be a mad dash to the finish line, which I like it sometimes because it's a challenge.
We have 9 days.
So I think it's like 10, isn't it 10?
9 now.
Okay. Oh, yesterday was one?
I think so.
No.
Oh, whatever.
Um.
Today's the 21st?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, 10 days.
Is it the 21st? It sounds like the 22nd. It's the 22nd.
Okay, so
maybe
9 days.
Yeah. So we have 9 days to come up with our rent, pay the bills, his rent, and yeah.
It's like 3,500.
Yeah. So that's gonna be like pretty interesting.
I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Good
Yeah.
year now.
I have a couple of people in mind. I have my little short list. That I think if we get like all these like jobs and stuff, we'll be able to cover it. George with that penthouse that he has here, that he wants us to do.
Have you been talking to him?
No.
You gotta reach out to him.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a massive job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only job we really need.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll be like, if it's, because he said it's big, so it's probably gonna be like a $30,000 job.
Yeah. It's like a penthouse in Central Park, like overlooking Central Park on one of the sides. I don't know which side. So that should be pretty interesting. Very, very excited to reach out to him and see where we are on that. It's a little tricky with him because he has had his stagers like front the money and then at closing they get a certain percentage.
Really?
Yeah. Which is better because you get more because it's a percentage of the closing.
Yeah.
But you have to front it. We can't do that. And I told him this. I was
he
like,
knows.
we can't do that just yet. So it would be like upfront, and he's like, it's gonna be lower. I was like, yeah, but that's fine.
We'll take it
We'll
to
take
get in
it.
with you.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 jobs and then we can start fronting it ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's not really an issue. Well, no, that's not. It's gonna be more than 3 jobs.
Way more than 3 because
yeah. Well, it depends also. Like if we're getting consistent work with him and then we get like a warehouse, 3 jobs would be enough. Because we'd have a lot of his
3 is
stuff
not
stored.
consistent.
What?
How can you say it's consistent after 3 jobs?
I'm not saying it's consistent. I'm saying then we can front the money.
But still, 3 jobs wouldn't be enough. To say consistent,
I'm not saying consistent.
That's literally what you said.
No, I said to front the money. 3 consecutive, I said.
No, you said consistent.
I meant consecutive.
Oh, but I think we'd have to have like at least a full year with him of working and seeing how we close. Because, dude, imagine we land 3 jobs and let's say it's like 50 grand for 3 jobs, right?
And profits.
No, 50 grand in total we charge for the 3
Okay.
jobs. At the $50,000 is nothing, because if you're gonna front a job, Steph, that's a lot of outlay of cash, and then to wait.
It's like 12,000 max, 10,000 max.
Yeah, but then and to wait to get that money back. We don't know what his closing rate is. Like,
That's
what if he
true.
takes 6 months to close? What if it's like 7 months? What if it's like 551 where it's been there for years? You can't do that. So we have to see how he works, what his numbers are, and I think you only can gather that data after a year.
Okay.
So he's gonna like us because he wants to do events, and I have the
We're
liquor
gonna do it,
connections. I have the wine connections, and Michael has all the food people. And then, what's his name wants to sponsor every event that we do. Devin Hogan from my BNI. He's like, Mark, my company will give you any amount of money that you want for just a sign. And we.
What does he do?
He's a title insurance person.
That's so weird, but okay.
No, it's not, Steph, because as a title insurance, every person who buys a house has to go through a title insurance
That is
company.
true, yeah,
And then he's doing like other types of insurance for rich people, like jewelry and house and car.
great.
So if he
And-
gets in with the realtors, and like if we're having like a big party and everybody has his business card, that's a lot of money for him.
We're gonna kill it with the events because
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna have all the connections, and then
Yeah.
we'll be like both of us together organizing it. It'll be
Yeah.
just so easy.
Of course.
And me and Noel setting it all up.
It's done.
It's just so easy.
And then this guy wants to give us money. He was like, give me a number. I was like, 20K. He's like, done. Every event, 20K, you'll have it. And I was
Because
like,
they're getting more money at the end of the day, anyways, from one deal.
yeah.
So
Dude, the jewelry deal that he did, the woman had a $3 million jewelry stockpile. and he insured her for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how much is that in profit? He's like, it's an ungodly amount of money. I was like, I'm done.
Probably like 200,000 or something.
I don't even know.
Because jewelry is an interesting thing, like
To insure.
to
right?
insure, yeah. Because you're like wearing it.
Yeah.
It's like out. It's like very dangerous.
Yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
it's in a safe somewhere.
Yeah, unless it is.
But even so, you're gonna wear your jewelry.
No,
at some
not
point.
always. A lot of people, like, it's like people who buy art sometimes. They don't put the art up, they just buy it and put it away. A lot of people do that. It's like an investment. It's like
Okay, thank God it didn't get on my shirt.
it's like gold. Anyways,
I don't know. I'm not gonna talk out of my ass because I don't know. I don't
I'm
have
not
any
talking out of
jewelry.
my ass. I know what I'm talking about here.
You're in the jewelry.
You're just gonna
business?
wipe it on your actual pants.
It's not gonna make a
It
stain.
just stained them.
No, Steph, it's wet. It's gonna go away. Okay. You, sir, who always has a stain on your shirt.
I don't
like,
have any stains on my shirt. Look at my shirt. It's clean. It's not stained.
And wrinkled.
You're wrinkled. Look at your
That's
fucking
absolutely
face.
not true. You look at your crow's feet. I need to give you a moisturizer.
talking-
You need to moisturize.
What are you talking about?
You need a long winter's nap.
Mark, you talking about?
You need the thing.
The binder clip.
The binder. You know, drag queens and like old news anchors, they put the tape here.
We'll just keep moving. Yeah, man. It was good though. It was a good vacation.
Yeah.
Got back. A lot of shit to do. Both of
Yeah.
us. A lot of shit to do.
This morning we have to go get a U-Haul to go pick up the yard.
Yeah. I'm gonna be here late tonight.
Why?
I told Kim I'd finish her shit today. So
I thought you said it was just to.
yeah, I have to finish it.
I thought you said it was like two things to make the title a little.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna get on a call with her today, and
After I send her the shit.
no, did you already send it?
No.
No, I'm gonna get on a call with her today. I'm gonna say, hey Kim, I have 10 minutes. We have to do all the changes now because this is crazy. We cannot be going through and like fine tuning. No, it does not. Go
No,
like
I'm
that.
gonna send her the shit she said in the email. She said those are the final touches, and I said, and I'm gonna write when I write. This is like here's the video. I just put it in there. Those were the final edits. If you want more edits, it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
And that's it. You
Okay.
don't need to call her.
Okay. Cool.
And she gets it. She knows.
She knows.
It's already been like 3 revisions.
Yeah. No, it's way more than
Or,
3 revisions.
Yeah, like 5 revisions.
We were talking to her when she was fucked up.
Yeah.
She
Anyways,
was like blasted in the Hamptons. Anyway, Johan.
blasted in the Hamptons.
So Kashia, a girl we were supposed to do a deal with, and then she went with somebody else. She emailed me last night saying that she has a property that she needs photographed and stuff. So
Wonderful.
we're gonna get on that today.
Okay, I know this is a little bit of a random thing, but this morning I did come in a little bit late today. Not super late, but a little bit late because I went to trim my beard and I did one line through it and my thing powered off in the morning. So I had to go and charge it for a while and then like come back and finish it. But there was just a stripe across my face, like with
Let
no
me see
hair.
it.
No, it's not there anymore.
No, I know, but I'm saying let me.
Got it nice and even. I didn't like in the previous episodes, I don't know if you can tell, but I didn't like the super like full beard. I liked it. It looks a little cleaner. I like this more. And it's still filled in, like the filled in stayed since I let it grow, even though there's some more like spots.
You didn't want to brush your hair?
I don't have any more oil. I have to go get some. I only had the leave-in conditioner.
If you brush it, it stays, no?
Mm-mm.
No?
Absolutely not. Do you know how humid it is outside right now? My shit gets crazy.
This morning it was really humid. I don't understand.
Yeah, it feels like spring. It's like super muggy out. It's not nice.
I had to take my jacket off this morning.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like
what
hot
do I
and cold
wear?
at the same time.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just hate the hot part. It's not cold. I would rather it be just fucking cold and dry. Cold and dry weather is the best. And hot and dry weather is the best too. Fucking hot and humid is just garbage.
Yeah.
And cold and humid is even worse.
Yeah, so Jahan, he has a house that needs staging and photography.
Photography.
I was supposed to call him on the 20th, but I guess I'll call him today because he said his contractors will be out of the house.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna call him today, see if we can get some of that
Compass?
money. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
He works by himself.
Wonderful.
It's awesome.
Wonderful.
So there's no red tape. There's no other person to sign off. It's just him. Dwayne Pennister. This is a guy. He runs a real estate company. And he's very, very excited to bring us on. Right before we left, he got a new house, a new listing, and so he wanted us to come up to Westchester to shoot that for him. So we're gonna go up there and see what's going on. How much is I need to call CIS. Is it CIS or CSI? I need to call CSI and see if we can work out a deal with them. Because, dude, it's $100 and something, right? What?
Yeah, they don't do discounts like that.
How the fuck?
How the fuck do I know?
No.
Because they rented the biggest professional movie companies that don't give a fuck about us. But we'll try.
Very positive.
I'm very positive.
Super
I'm super positive. It is $120 to rent the camera and the lens. It is kind of expensive. But if you get it, the
Why
trick...
do we need the camera again? Why can't we just get the lens?
The trick is, I don't mean to, like, do I need to say it? Do you care?
We have to figure out a workaround, Steph, because if we're doing a job for $250 or $200, it doesn't make sense renting a $120 camera. So that's why I'm trying to figure out different ways. Is there no way that it could...
I can't shoot these rooms with the camera I have. Especially on a $250 jobs where the rooms are going to be this small.
Well, we have to think of something because it doesn't make sense. So you can't just say, well, it doesn't work, so the end of discussion. We cannot do it. It does not make sense.
Okay, then we're going to have to find different jobs then. I've tried everything. You've seen this shit I've gone through with the other camera. You've seen the things. I cannot do it on a crop sensor camera. It fucks up the image. You cannot do a panorama of a room like that. It just fucks it up. And I cannot shoot any wider.
Even with a wider lens on?
Even with a wider lens. That lens that's on that other camera is the same wide as this one. And that's the widest you can go without getting fisheye. Like, still getting a flat image. So what we're talking about is we don't have, right now we're shooting on a Canon 80D, which is a crop sensor camera, which means that the shot is just way more cropped in. And lenses go based on millimeters, so basically the amount of zoomed in you are. And 70 millimeters being like the distance between elements. Anyways, so on these crop sensor cameras, it's more zoomed in, so it doesn't capture as much of the area on the lens as a full frame camera would. Also, with these lower qualities, with these crop sensors, you're also getting lower quality images because the actual pixels are not as large, so they don't take as much information, and you lose quality there, and that's why more expensive cameras are more expensive. The reason we can't shoot with the camera we have now is because it's zoomed in too much, and the small ass rooms that these people are shooting, even like the bigger rooms, like the regular size rooms, it's pretty hard to capture on this camera because it's such a narrow area and you can't like shoot with half of the door frame in shot. So you need a full frame camera with a nice wide lens, like a 16 to 35. A workaround for it, the way we will do a workaround is you book the jobs the same day. you book multiple jobs the same day, and then what does it say? Offsets the cost of the rental. And then the first money we get a camera with the lens.
Is there another place that we could rent from? Like maybe if we check Craigslist or something and rent it from a person. Maybe I can call Junior too. Let me put that on my notes.
I can I'll check out some other stuff. I've checked out some rental websites, but they don't really answer. The people don't really answer on there.
I'm also gonna post some ads on Craigslist for models and real estate photography and videography. I'm gonna get Marie on that today. Let's send her money. We have money.
So much. Yeah.
So we also have the meeting with Mike Barilla today. That's gonna be exciting. So he wants us to hire his girlfriend.
No, we're not talking about this.
Oh. So we're doing a deal with him. And it's gonna be crazy kickbacks and stuff. He's also gonna introduce us to like some of the big stagers and shit.
Stagers?
No, realtors to do the staging jobs. I wonder if he joined my BNI. I know he was gonna join, and Travante was also gonna join.
Should recommend him to the other one. Oh no, you probably can't because there's already a Brooklyn realtor there.
Not even that. I don't think that's yet. No. I don't think that's right. Like I can't take someone out of their chapter. Yeah, I don't think that would be right.
Whatever. You're very dark. So am I, but yeah, I looked on the camera and I'm like, fuck, you got dark.
Yeah. This summer was very good. I was
this vacation.
Sun. No, the vacation like darkened me more, but like the summer I was like really in the sun. We were like outside a lot. That was good.
No.
I like that the skin changes color, and then I have to just wait until next month in December.
Just get it all go through the winter basically. I like being darker as well.
So Mike is tonight. That's gonna be really exciting.
And then we're getting drinks on Saturday with Alessandra.
Did you accept the invite?
Did you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too. Why did you think I brought it up?
Because I saw the thing and it said you didn't accept. When did you accept it?
I did. Oh, this morning.
Yeah.
I accepted. You never texted me about it, so I didn't know. Like, I didn't want to accept it before I talked to you. But then
you saw that I accepted
I did not see that. I saw it this morning. So I was like, okay, Mark accepted, so I will too.
Did you go to sleep immediately yesterday?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You?
I was dealing with my family. My dad called me with like a whole thing. My sister had a meltdown and it was like a whole thing.
What happened?
I mean, it's like family shit, so I don't want to get into it on here.
No, okay.
But it was like, I was like the mediator as usual.
No.
It was crazy.
Between your dad and your sister?
No. It's like, he wasn't even in it. It's like my mom and her, like, I feel like my sister's like really depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's just... Having kids is such a thankless job. It does not make any sense whatsoever. It's like, what's the point of having children?
They make you happy.
So it's a selfish thing. But until they don't.
Then that's the part where it doesn't become selfish. You have to do it.
No. And so this is like bringing me back to my original stance when it comes on to kids. It does not make any sense.
Kids do make sense.
No, Steph, it absolutely doesn't. Outside of like furthering the human race, like it really does not.
The negative part of having kids is what makes you enjoy the positives. It's just like life. It's the point of fucking being an entrepreneur.
No.
It's the same thing, same concept.
Steph, look at your grandmother. You said your grandmother said, "What is happening with my girls? What's going on with my girls?" It's like all of her kids are like shit people.
You don't always get lucky. Sometimes.
But that's bullshit though, because you do the best you can, and everything that you do fucks up the process.
Not everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because look at you, Steph. Like, let's say you're gonna have kids. You're gonna be away a lot. Like, if you're planning on doing like all of these things, and you have your personal interests and your personal goals outside of your business, like the skiing and the snowboarding and the this and the that and all of the stuff that you want to accomplish for yourself, being a doctor and this and that, when you have kids, everything changes, because you can either be the martyr parent where you go, okay, I no longer live for myself, everything is for my child, or you can be that parent where, like a movie star who says, no, I love acting and I'm still gonna do 3 films a year, and your kids rarely see you, and it's like, what do you do? You know what this woman said to me?
Who?
A very, very wealthy woman that I did some work for TaskRabbit, and we actually became friends. Mm-hmm. We have breakfast like 4 or 5 times a year. She said to me, you know, Mark, of all the decisions...
That's the wealthiest thing to say.
We have breakfast.
Yeah,
that's a rich people thing.
Only when you're very successful...
You do breakfast.
You do breakfast, like, because you don't have time at night.
Yeah.
Because everyone's on you.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, let's meet at 7. Let's meet at 6:30.
Yeah.
For breakfast. Yeah. And I have to be out by 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. This is how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Find the one restaurant wherever we are that's open at 6 a.m. and make sure it's good. We're gonna talk, and then I'm probably gonna take a phone call halfway through.
No, phone is down. But look, she said, of all the decisions I've made, the one that brings me the most sadness is my kids. She was like, my kids are so ungrateful, and she's like very, very soft. Mm-hmm. And she's really sensitive and whatever. Like, when I worked with her with TaskRabbit, like, she literally fell in love with me, because no one in her life, including the husband, like, pays her any attention or like cares about what she wants. Mm-hmm. And she goes, she like cried the first time. And then me and her just like got closer and closer. Do you remember? I told you about her. Do you remember when I watched the dog?
Nope.
The dog who was sick? Yes. Yeah. It was for that woman.
He called me like 5 times asking me
I didn't know what to do. I've never like...
And then he's like, oh my God, do you pee? Is this? That?
How do I get him to pee? I didn't know.
Dude, what's happening here?
Oh my God. But yeah, so she was like, it's a very, very difficult job. And like, they make that turn at a certain point where like they don't want to be with you, like
kids.
Yeah, like at 10, 11, 12, 13, when they're figuring out their own identities and stuff, they don't want to be with you anymore. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to hang out with you. You're like embarrassing to them, no matter how hot you are. Like, Sofia Vergara's kid doesn't want to be with her, and she's like the hottest woman alive.
I don't think that's always true, Mark.
Did you want to hang with your dad?
I did like hanging out with my dad when I was older.
Steph, you absolutely did not want to hang out with your dad. You stayed in your room and played with your gadgets like all day.
I did enjoy hanging out with my dad when I was younger. Or when I was older.
This is definitely what he has never said this in our entire time.
When it was going well, I did like it.
When it was going well.
Yes.
But it's not how
a lot of the time it wasn't going well because he didn't understand, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't mean that it's because they can't talk to their parents. They don't understand. It's like they don't understand. But it's because I don't know what's going on here. But it's because the parents like they want things for themselves rather than for the kids. So the kids are just like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of what you want.
They want things for the kids that the kids don't necessarily want for themselves.
And then the kids are just like, I don't want to be a part of this. And they fucking close off.
I don't know, man. I think it's a thankless job that has very little redeeming value.
Your sister loves you.
Of course.
And she's grateful for the things you do. More than your parents.
What do you mean? She's more grateful than my parents?
No, she's more grateful to you than she is to her parents, most likely.
Which is bullshit, Steph, because they do everything for her.
Mark, providing for a person, like, I think this is where my dad missed it a lot too. Like, providing for a person for their physical needs is the least of their worries is like the least important thing you can do.
No, Steph. When you see, and this is what I explained to my mom. I said, stop keeping things from the kids. Tell them everything so they understand that everybody's conspiring to make sure that they're successful. So for example, like my mom is not educated or whatever, and she hustles and fucking breaks her back so that she can get the tutoring and she can get the extra class, and she, wherever she can find support, she finds it. Any book, any this, any that. Yes, those are material things that are like tangible, and it's not like emotional support. But at the end of the day, I feel like as a child, you have a responsibility to be aware, especially at a certain age. My sister is 18 years old. She's a senior.
Your sister is not 18
She's
years old.
17. She's a senior.
She just turned 17, right?
Yeah. Like, you're about to be in college. Like, you understand these things. And I just think the gratitude is just not there.
I think that's all a matter of education, Mark. You understood that from your grandparents now.
Mm-hmm.
If you understood it, and I definitely got it from my dad. I definitely understood because he fucking made a very big point of telling me every time he did something for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't think it is the parents' fault then. It's not the kid's fault.
Some kids are rotten people, Steph.
Who makes them like that? It's the parents.
I don't know.
It's always the parents. When a child is born, Mark, they're just an empty slate. Yes, they have tendencies and biases, but like they're a fucking empty slate. From the second they're born, everything you do from that point affects this child. This blank canvas.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, if your kid becomes a rotten person or whatever, this or that, it's your fault. And it's not a nice way to look at it. And it's like, yes, even if you tried your hardest or whatever, but it's your fault.
I don't think that's true.
I do.
You don't know anyone who came from a good home and they're just a bad person?
No.
I know a lot of people like that. When I meet their parents and I go into their homes, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
What happened
No,
here?
I do understand. No, I fucked up what I said. Yes, I do know people like that. But at the end of the day, like, it's sometimes it's like the parents don't do enough. Like, when a child's asking for support in one way and you're doing something totally different, it's like they're really nice Christian families, they're super great, they're everything like that. But then there's one space, like with the sexuality or with the whatever it is, that they don't talk about, they don't even get near, and it just fucks the person.
No, I understand this because
completely,
like,
no matter how good people they are.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that you don't want, that you refuse to talk about or you're scared of, money, the big things, money, sex, identity, forcing you to do a certain job, right? Or to be a certain person. Those 4 things, if you're doing that, you're fucking your kids up. And no matter how good of a person the parent is or whatever, because the parent was not open enough to figure out, to put themselves to the side and work through it with their kids, it destroys the child's life.
No, but of course. But the problem is, Steph, is that as a parent, like, there's no handbook, there's no nothing. You cannot always get it right. Sometimes it's up to the child to realize that my parents are doing the best with the tools that they have and with the circumstances that we're afforded, and this is what it is. Like, everybody...
I don't think my opinion on this is most people should not be having kids.
No, that's a fact. So that's a fact. But no matter how
95% of people should not be having kids.
Absolutely. Even if you believe that, okay, you're prepared for it and this and that or whatever, like, it's still, like, for example, like, you always say, like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that my kids are, like, with sports and this and that, whatever.
No, Mark hears a certain thing and goes there, oh, talk about this, you and I, later. Because Mark he hears one thing and he goes down the tunnel and it's just gone.
It's what you said.
No, I never said I'd make my kids do sports.
Okay.
I said my kids need to be fit. That's it.
How are they gonna be fit?
You can do other things other than do sports, Mark.
It's definitely not what you said. You said your kids are absolutely doing sports and this and that. Steph, listen.
Sport, okay.
A sport, who gives a shit? Some kids are just like not into that. But that's besides the point. The point that I was making is this. No matter how prepared you are, or no matter how well you think you can handle things or whatever, or how much you've thought about it, Like, there's nothing that you can do to be a perfect person for a child.
Of course not.
So I think there are lots of shit kids out there who do have parents who did their absolute best and did 90% of the things right. You missed 10%, that's all right, I feel, because you cannot get it right. You can't get it right, and especially if you have multiple kids. And even if you do have one kid...
But that's not how life works.
What do you mean?
Like, most of life is, even if you get 90% of it right, 10% is the important part.
Steph, in our relationship here, there's so many holes that I see, like, Steph doesn't fulfill me in this, he disappoints me there, this and that, whatever. And I look at it holistically, like, does he care about me? Absolutely. Is he trying to hurt me? Absolutely not. So it's okay. So I don't understand, like...
Yes, but in life, in everything, the 90% most of the time doesn't matter.
That's absolutely... That doesn't make any sense, Steph.
It does.
No, it does not. And
yes.
we explored this... No. We explored this in couples counseling because, like, Steven is supportive in one way but not in another. He maintains that... Because I always complain that he doesn't support me in business. Mm-hmm. And we went into this for, like, months and months and months in couples therapy. Because I was just like, you do the bare minimum that I don't really... It's just so immaterial to me because it doesn't require anything from you. It's like, oh, you support me with money and you support me in terms of, like, not giving me a hard time if I have to work a lot or this and that. But that is so passive and it requires nothing because you have the money. Because if you give me like $1,000 or if you give me $2,000, it comes out of, like, such a large pile. It's immaterial. Mm-hmm. What I need from you is to not talk shit and it's to let go of the fact that I started the business without telling you and I quit my job without telling you. And he never let go of this. And this happened in year number 1. He never let go of that resentment. And because of that, he cannot, like, wholeheartedly support me because I did it, number 1, behind his back. And number 2, I knew that he wouldn't have agreed to me quitting my job when I did, which was necessary to grow and build a business. And he never let go of this. And in couples therapy, I learned that he, number 1, is entitled to that. And number 2, giving me money and the latitude to do what I need to do is not immaterial. It is actually a massive deal. Why? Because I couldn't build a business without that money, that financial backing. So even though I required more, that extra 10%, which is like saying encouraging things and like doing more and being more hands-on, even though I wish that had happened, the 90% that he does keeps it afloat.
I don't know about that.
No?
Because you would have done it regardless.
No, Steph, it would have been so much more difficult. Imagine this. The Trump money, that injection that we got so we could have done this, we would have still gotten to this point. But how long would it have taken?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We could, yes, of course we could have done it. Of course. Because we are people who figure stuff out. But we would not be here. We would not be able to make these moves. So it's the same thing with the kids, bro. Like, at a certain point, you have to realize, like, I had to realize that, yes.
So then you have to educate them to have that thinking. How many people are like you where they can even do that? And not even like you, because you're way further along. Even like me, because I'm starting to recognize these things. You know? Like, how many people are even far enough, like, in the grand scheme of things, even that far along?
Yeah.
And I'm not very far along at all. Like, I'm still at the very beginning of the journey. Yeah. You know? And you're like, you know, you're in the middle. You still have a long way to go too. Mm-hmm. Both of us. It's so few people. But at the end of the day, like, that's the shit that matters. Like, understanding those topics. Like, how many people get that education? If you get that and you get that, like, that piece of information, like, this is how you can understand what I'm doing for you and why it matters. That's all you need. And then from there, they can piece things together.
I don't know. Because I was listening to this psychologist who came on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was like, there's very little that you can do to influence or mold your child. Very little. Because they come with their own things. It's like you have like 3 kids and they have 3 completely different personalities. And you can't say, oh, it's because of me why he has that personality. No, that's just that kid's makeup.
I don't completely agree with that.
Me and my brother polar opposites, and we came up in the same house with the same circumstances. Yes, we have like different experiences, like his dad was killed or whatever. He was super beautiful as like a child, so everybody like fawned over him. I didn't really have that, and so we have different experiences in that way.
This is your medical school?
Yeah. But we grew up in the same house with the same grandparents, the same love, the same everything. And he's completely different than me. So I agree with that psychologist who said, there's not much you can do to influence your child. You're nothing like your dad.
That's not at all true.
Steph, outside of the morals, you're nothing like your father.
My dad was very much like me when he was younger. He owned a lot of businesses when he was younger. He was doing like the things that I do now, a lot of them. That's why he can kind of start to understand what I'm doing.
Steph,
you can talk to him about it.
No, I think everything that you've told me about your dad and everything that I've observed about your dad, the biggest and probably only lesson that you got from your father is be honest and like don't lie, steal, or cheat. Outside of that, I don't think you're anything like your father.
Yeah.
Based on what you've told me and what I've observed for myself.
Well, when you come over next time, talk to him.
I do talk to your dad.
Behind my back.
Of course. What do you think I do around here? No, but like I don't think you can mold your child. Like look at your brother. Your brother is your brother anything like your dad?
It's all because of the circumstances, Mark.
Do you think he had like a material influence on who he is right now as a person?
My dad?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
In terms of what?
In terms of a lot of things.
I don't know, man. I look at my grandparents and yes, they influenced me like a great deal, but I'm definitely a different person. And my brother, same thing. And all of their kids are just completely different people. I couldn't pick them out of a crowd and be like, I see a lot of similarity between you and Joyce Nelson. No. I feel like they just come up with their own thing and like...
From outside influences.
I don't know. Like, of course you're gonna have people who influence you outside. Like you were given an education that you sought out yourself through YouTube and all these different YouTube influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me had a greater impact on you than your parents. I think I
don't
see
know, my whole
more
foundation was built by my dad.
And the foundation is be honest, don't lie, steal, or cheat. Don't say things that aren't true, and don't defraud people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the extent.
And work hard. Like, you know, he made it very clear to me that I'm not owed anything.
I don't
like a lot of like, yeah, maybe it's not like the things on top of that, but the foundation is what he built.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. Like my identity can sprout off that, but like he made sure I knew what he did for me and like the things I did, and that made me appreciate it even when I was like really upset with him and like I didn't like him. Like that foundation was very, very important to to who I'm becoming.
No, of course.
And
of course.
I'd say even more so than any of the other things on top. Like, great, I educated myself through this and that, but he made it very clear. It's like, you need an education. You know, I didn't choose the way he wanted it, but you need an education. You need to work hard, and you need to be honest and respectful. Yeah. And that, yes, like, apart from that, he didn't, like, influence me too many things. You know, I mean, he got me into cars and, like, into doing shit with my hands and stuff like that. And all that, but there's like I'd say there's a lot of similarities there, you know.
I'll be looking out for this.
And
because I don't see much. Your dad is like a very conservative person to the books, and you're everything but that.
He was younger, he was a little bit more, but
maybe you'll become a square too in your older years.
I don't think so. But the foundations, Mark.
I don't know, man. I think it's a fucking thankless job, this kid business. because like it's like they're just like these little monsters that you live with, these little fucking sociopaths that you live with, and they just take, and it's like everything for you goes to. It's like an abusive relationship. It really is, because it's like
Mark 2020. Children are like an abusive relationship.
it really is. Talk to any person who is actually a parent. They're like, man, it's like the most ridiculous thing. I don't know why I have so many of them. And they're like these little fucking. How do you say this?
Because at the end of the day, you love them.
Yes, Steph. But there's nothing in it for you. It has zero
What about having a
redeeming
pet?
value.
What about having a pet, Mark?
A pet?
Yes.
Steph, everyone has a pet out of selfishness. It's purely selfish. My
Yes.
dog makes me feel good, so I get it.
Not always.
Yes.
Sometimes you get a dog because you want to rescue from a shelter or anything.
Because it makes you feel good to say, oh, I took
But
this
so are
dog because
kids.
he was
But
going
so
to
are
be killed.
kids.
No, you don't have to rescue a fucking kid. You go out there and get it. You fucked.
Yes, it's selfish as well. Everything is everything. That's why we've had this conversation before, Mark. I believe everything we do is selfish.
Yes, but that one has zero redeeming value, because you get a dog because you know the dog will never leave you. They'll never turn their backs on you. They will always make you feel better. Every time it's like on Modern Family. Gloria was like, sometimes I feel like you prefer the dog over me. And he was like, why don't you greet me at the door with your tail wagging? So it's the same thing. Your kids, like, they fucking, all they do is like, they suck all of your money. All of your savings is gone. They take all of your time and your mental and your emotional capacity. And then at the end of the day, they shut the door. They're like, I fucking hate you, because they can't go to Cabo with their friends. Because you literally cannot afford to send them. Or even if they don't do that, they want to, but they know you're going to give them the fucking beatdown of the year, so they don't. But they don't give a shit. And then you have to wait until they get their own kids and they realize how much of a fucking pest that their own kids are, and then they come back around. So you have to wait 20, 30 years to get a thank you.
But
Horseshit.
you get it.
No. I'm fine. I don't need to spend my whole savings and my whole shit to get a thank you in 30 years because they want to drop off their kids so that they can go fuck in Mexico. No. I'm good.
I like kids. I want a family.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not the biggest disappointment of your life. I would love to see you with a horseshit child, because you would be worse than your own dad, because you do not like horseshit.
My kids will not be horseshit.
Okay, because you're the parent of the millennium.
No, because I'm going to fucking put them up for adoption.
Yes, of course.
If I don't like them.
Why not?
You know why, Mark? Because it's purely selfish and it's just for me.
Why not?
So I'm going to throw them into the fucking adoption pool if they're shitty people.
Steph watches people's kids where he can go, go back to your parents, you piece of shit. And he thinks, I'm qualified. Of course. You keep them for a day and they act well with you and you think, consummate professional, I am.
Mark just does a lot of talking out of his ass.
He's never had a kid in his own home. He's always been by himself. His brother is 10 years older than him, the youngest one, and then the other one is even more. And he believes that
they're both 10 years older.
He understands the kid business because he's watched people's kids on and off. But, this is what it is. I don't know, man. I think these people are little parasites, and get them out of your house the second you can. Fucking parasites they are. Anyway, I felt so bad for my mom last night. I feel like she's like trapped in a relationship that she cannot get out of. And I felt horribly for my sister too, because she feels like she's trapped in a relationship that she can't get out of. My mom called me one time and said, oh, my sister doesn't want to eat because she doesn't want to gain weight. I was like, that's great. One less egg to fry. Can you imagine how much money you'll save over a year? And she goes, what? And I'm like, what? So now you're going to kill yourself because she doesn't want to eat? I wish my kid would tell me that they don't want to eat. I'd be like, fantastic. Can we get that in writing?
You call me a hypocrite, but you are the biggest hypocrite known to man.
Why?
In every way. Mark hates eating disorders and the skinny shit they get at this, but he wants to be the skinny shit that this. And then he says, yes, stop eating, sister, so you don't be fat and ugly and nobody wants you and nobody wants to look at you. But then he's like, but not Victoria's Secret models because that's disgusting. Don't be bulimic. Fuck Victoria's Secret, but you gotta look like them.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mark says, one day he goes, oh, I'll eat as much as I want and I don't care about how I look in my figure. Then the next day he's like, oh my God, I'm so fat, I'm never eating again. I'm gonna kill myself. Don't listen to the bullshit this guy's throwing, because he went in the mirror in Mexico. He's like, oh my God, I'm almost back in my goal weight. Fuck this guy and his bullshit and his hate for children, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's even doing or talking about over here. He likes to talk and he likes to pretend he's some big shit. If you want to have kids, they're not a parasite. Kids are awesome. And Mark's a piece of shit because he has a shitty family. Just live your life. Enjoy what you do. Read some books. Read personal development books before you have children, please. And understand that every decision you make towards your child affects them. And it's not about you. But fuck this guy for saying the crazy shit he says.
Alright. Listen to Stef.
Some children are parasites, though.
Listen to Stef, because he knows he's raised kids.
I have not raised kids, Mark.
Stef, but I've raised so many children.
But
it's
if
unbelievable.
it makes you happy, do what you want.
If it makes you happy, Stef. Okay. Alright. You've never dealt with a teenager. You've dealt with fucking toddlers and 5-year-olds, and you're acting as if you fucking know. Of course they're great when they're young, except when they're crying all night or when they're sick. What if you have a kid like me? I was sick my whole life up until maybe 13 or 14, probably 15. My grandmother never got a break. And then my brother was like the rebel.
Maybe it was natural selection.
Anyway. And yeah, like it's, and
People
imagine if she had like,
allergies.
imagine if she had like 2 more kids like me. Like my cousin who has 5 kids. Like imagine if 2 were sickly like me, and then like one was like an emotional wreck, and then the other one was like it's so much. And there's nothing you can do to protect your child. It's like you have to just give them the tools and hope that they're good people. Because like right now with the phones and social media and shit, the whole world is available to them. You can't protect them. If they want to go look at porn at 5 years old, there's nothing you can do to stop them. It's like it's a fucking crazy job, and it's thankless because your kids have no regard for you, especially when they hit that 10 preteen, young teen age. They don't give a shit about you. They don't even want you to bring them to school. They'll be like, just leave me a block away. I don't want to be seen with you. It's like, what? I don't know, man. The kid thing is bullshit. I think you should just enjoy your life and save your money. At least you can do the shit you want to do. Kids are awesome. Only someone who deals with toddlers only says shit like that. Go into a junior high school and tell me how awesome they are. Fucking pricks.
Mark doesn't know even who I've worked with. Anyways, very nice to everyone here today.
Anyway, so back to the board.
Be quiet. Kids take care of you when you're old if you raise them correctly.
Okay, is that the argument now?
Just like you take care of your parents.
Is that the argument
Mark,
now? You need someone to take care of you, so you're gonna have kids?
Mark, just like you take care of them. That's the thing.
Okay.
If you raise them right, that's how you know. If you're
American
old,
culture,
shut
you
the
throw
fuck
your
up,
people
Mark.
into an old age.
Yeah, because
age
the
home.
fucking parents fucked it. That's how you know if you had good kids. When you're old and you're fucking frail and disgusting, if your kids don't take care of you, then you're a shit parent and you can die with that. There you go. That's my advice. That's how you know.
So wait 40 years.
And to find out if you did a good job or not. And then you're like, well, I did well, or, well, I fucked up. And then you fucking die. So there you go.
There you go. That's the answer there.
But you'll find out. If you get thrown in an old person home, unless it's real fucking fancy, no. Well, I don't know.
That's American culture. Only
that's
immigrants.
a very
only
American
immigrants
culture.
bring their kids in. Indian people, black people, and Asian people. No. Everybody else, you're going into the home.
That's not what. Where the fuck are the white people in there? White immigrants.
Stef, Have you ever seen an Asian person in an old? Have you ever been to an old age home?
Yes, I have. I used to volunteer at one when I was younger.
And do you see any black people or fucking
No,
Asian people
no,
and
but-
Indian people?
no.
It's all white people. So what do you
It
mean?
is all
where the white
it
people
is all
are?
white people.
They're
but
in
it's,
there.
But it's immigrants. Immigrant white people don't do that shit either.
He's just trying to protect himself. But let's see.
Nobody in my family's gone to an old person home.
Okay.
Well,
I know your mom is definitely not living with you, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking
but
about.
she'll have an apartment right underneath mine with a
Mhm.
locked elevator.
Yes. She's definitely going into the home.
She's
Let's
definitely
just
not
move
going
on.
into the home, Mark.
So Mike Franco,
Piece of shit, Mark.
my mom just called me. I'm super fucking close with my mom, and she didn't get everything right. In fact,
Just be quiet. I think that's better. I think we should just stop fucking talking here.
oh, Ken Sassano just introduced me to
Wonderful,
another person.
wonderful. All right, listen. Everyone's over here messaging me on Instagram because I have so many friends now. You're doing all the meetings today, correct?
Yeah.
And then let's wrap up what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Got a long list. We gotta talk about the RUD
That's all
today.
you do.
What?
That's all you do.
The scope of work
For what?
for
For Kiwi?
Yeah,
No, dude.
for us.
I just want to talk to that guy and say, all right, listen, man. Clearly, we cannot afford this shit. When can we get in front of some investors?
Yeah, it's obviously but we still have to look it over and know what the fuck we're talking about before.
Do we?
Anyways, ignore him. I have to basically cut up and put in all of the episodes. Excuse me.
We're starting Twitch on Monday.
Yeah. All of the episodes from the past. I have to queue up all the social media stuff from the past and put that all together. So we decided while we were in Mexico that we're going to build a nice solid foundation of content of everything we've shot up till now, put it all together and put it out, even if nobody sees it, just to have a nice strong base. And then we're going to build up from there so it's easier for us and we can figure all that out. And then we can do reposts after we've built it of the shit that we posted already because it'll be so far back. So we have a nice base, people can check it out and we can start building on that. We need to reshoot your, not today, but we need to reshoot your intro because you weren't a huge fan of it. I'm still probably going to use some of that stuff like as little clips for your social. I need to put out my shit once we both shot a few episodes of our show so we can intro it and have a few weeks in the backlog. I have to put out all these unreleased episodes of this show. That I already did. Yeah, we gotta figure out the set for you and get rid of these fucking beds. There's some beds off frame here.
We can come back tonight, maybe after my Barillas thing, and
yeah, we have some beds here. I reserved it for 24 hours, so we can leave the U-Haul here and do it. Like that.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I already thought about that.
Yeah.
We have drinks tonight with Mike Brilla. Compile all the past video content. Yep. Fill out the personal social media stuff. Put out the YouTube, all this shit on the after show. And then I have to develop some intro cards and stuff I have to finish Kim's shit today. Get that out of the way. And then I have to create some intro cards and stuff for when we do go live next week.
That's an intro card.
Basically you go live and then you have the thing that says like we'll be on in a minute and it'll have the logo and everything. Like all of that kind of little stuff.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, so I have to do all the graphics for that.
But what graphics will it be? Wouldn't it just be the creator logo?
I'd like to have something that says morning show with like our faces or something. I'll figure it out.
Okay. We need a name for the show too.
The morning show.
No.
Okay. That's what I've been calling it.
Yes, but we need
Okay,
a
whatever.
name for it.
All right. So we'll have to. We'll think about that. We'll keep it in the back of our heads today. And then. Yeah, so I have to do all the intro stuff, and then I have to figure out all the live streaming shit because there's going to be transitions, and I have to figure out how to see the chat with us all the time, and all of that.
We can do that today, just troubleshoot, or sometime we can
I don't have time today because I have to finish everything else. This is like the least important thing. I can do that over the weekend. I can do that from anywhere too. There are certain things I need this computer for, and I don't want to be here over the weekend. I'm going to work over the weekend, but I'm just going to work from home off my laptop, so I want to figure everything out here. And then I think that's about everything, right?
I know, you tell me. Don't you have your list?
I don't know why I was asking you.
We have to get going soon.
Yeah, I think I reserved it for 11:30, but it's
What?
yeah.
Why?
It doesn't matter though.
Yes, it does.
No,
'cause-
it doesn't. It's Thursday. They always have trucks.
But why would you do it for 11:30?
I forgot after I booked. Anyways, it's fine. Because they already have it reserved. There's nobody returning it before. It's fine. Yeah, that's everything. We gotta figure out your set too after we get rid of this ship. And finish up some landing pages, and we need to make a pitch deck for that when we actually do pitch for the thing. And that's everything. We have to run.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah. So we're gonna actually go grab some art from the
Real estate office. That shit better all be in fucking perfect condition.
Oh my god.
Anyways, let's go.
That was really tough. Anyway.
Come.
Don't be. Do it. Do it.
We need to go.
Steph, you cannot rush. You cannot be like,
Oh my
tell
God.
me you love me. Tell me you love me. Okay?
I can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can. Yes, I can.
Love takes time. Ow.
This love does not have time. This love needs to go pick up some art.
What kind of love is
Oh my
this?
god. I need to piss and we need to go.
Alright, well, I love you. And I love you.
Alright, let's go.